What up, what up, what up? Not gonna lie to you guys. I did not feel like recording a video today. Um, it's like almost 11 p.m. and I've been up since like 7 something. So in the morning. Pretty long day. Pretty long day. But you know what? I told myself I committed to this whole YouTube thing. Whether it goes anywhere or it doesn't go anywhere, I just want to be consistent with it. And so that's what I'm gonna do. Um, yeah, so today's topic is going to be stop using dating apps. All right. So the reason why I say that is because, and by the way, yes, if you're like a 50-year-old single, I'm not probably not talking about you guys. I'm sure you guys can go on your dating apps and probably have high success. Um, but this is more so for people like around my age and 20s, 30s, kind of around there. Um, I just think it's a waste of time, you know. Um, I gotta be honest. So we've all used Tinder before, right? Um, Tinder is primarily a hookup app, and you know, there's only so much you could find out about a person through Tinder from first sight, right? You can only see things on the surface, their photos. That's going to be the main thing you're looking at. You can see if you guys have similar interests on there, hobbies. You can see their height, where they live, where they go to school at. Um, I'm probably missing something. Um, Obviously, their age. But anyways, so their bio. Yeah, sometimes they have a bio, and a lot of people don't put much thought into those. They're just kind of random shit like I'll kill the spiders or I'll beat you in Mario Kart, some shit like that, stupid shit. But anyways, yeah, so so when people go on there, a lot of times they just use it as a game, especially women. Um, like there's like 80% of the users are men, and like 20% of the users are women, and so obviously women have more options because they're a lot more rare on the app than guys, and guys are just thirsty as fuck nowadays, let's be honest. Um so yeah, if you're a girl, you're gonna get a lot of attention on there, and if you're a guy, you're not really gonna you'll be lucky to get one match a week. So yeah, the reason why I think it's a waste of time is because um, you could be a great guy, you could have a lot of things going for you, but you can only show so much off in one, you know, in like a couple photos or like a bio or something like that. And like girls aren't gonna swipe on you unless like you really stand out. You have to really stand out. And see, if you're a girl, I would even caution this because um, a guy's going to stand out through his photos, and photos can be really deceiving. A guy might go on there and say he travels a lot and say he does X, Y, and Z, but then like maybe he only went on like one vacation, but it's just he took some bomb ass photos on the vacation and he looks like a badass and he has nice clothes on and shit like that. And so, you swipe right on him and, because he looks ambitious, he looks like he's got a life going on. And then you get to meet him completely different. You find out that he's not really like that and vice versa. It could be the same with a different guy who maybe just posts some like more low key photos, but he actually gets out and does things, and has a life. But, a lot of things that like, that's some of the things that women don't understand about guys is that like, we don't really go out and take photos like that. I've never like talked to one of my homies and I'm like, yo, let's go out and take some nice photos. Like that just don't seem like something that I would do. You know, they probably laugh at me and be like, "What the fuck?" Like, man, I hope my dog don't knock my tripod over, so I keep watching. But yeah, it's just not something we do, man. You know, we don't really do shit like that when we kick it, when we hang out. You know, so what I'm trying to say is that, you know, if you're a guy, you're you're not really gonna stand out on Tinder that much unless you're like 6'4", you're taking pictures in front of the ocean, or you look like you make six figures or something. You're not gonna stand out at all, and you could be a great guy. So it's all a game, you know. Women are only gonna choose like the top tier, you know, the cream of the crop, right? And so you have a much better chance, you know, approaching them in person. Which I made a video on that previously, so I would go check that out. It's called "How to Approach a Girl." Simple, easy, low risk way to go about it. You know, even if it doesn't work out, you know, you're not gonna come off as creepy or anything. Um, the worst that happens is you just have a friendly conversation and you move on. So, you know, it's kind of nice because the worst that can happen is you get even better at your social skills. So it's a win-win, really. But yeah, you have a chance to actually like display your personality, make a woman like feel a certain way, you know, feel good, feel comfortable around you. Whereas like, you know, a couple of photos on a screen, you have no shot, bro. There's literally like nothing you can do. Um, unless, like I said, you just go to this fancy city and take some great pictures and say you're 6'4" and make six figures and this and that, then maybe she'll swipe on you, right? And even if she does swipe on you, dude, the odds of her texting you back is like extremely low because, you know, women don't use Tinder to like get a boyfriend really. They get, if they're an attractive female, you know, they're getting hit on Instagram. I don't have TikTok, but probably TikTok, Facebook, definitely Snapchat. It all goes down in Snapchat. Like anybody who's ever been cheated on, I've been cheated on a few times. That shit always happens in Snapchat. So telling y'all right now, that's where it goes down. So just be aware of that. But and they're on top of that, you know, they're getting hit on in person too. So um yeah, so I don't think like any high quality woman that you're looking for. I'm not saying you can't find a good relationship on Tinder that lasts long, but the odds of that just ain't really in your favor. Because first you have to get the match, which is hard. Then you gotta come up with this, and that's another thing too, right? I'm gonna go down this rabbit hole real quick. This is the shitty part about it. It's some bullshit. You could text something like "Hey" or "What's up," right? And then women will be like, "Oh, that's too basic and too boring. I'm not gonna open that message. I'm not even gonna reply to that shit." But you know, or you could, then it becomes a game of like, well, who's gonna send me the best pickup line? And then you're just making yourself look stupid. You're like, you look like a dog like doing a trick for a treat. Like you just look stupid. You know what I mean? You don't look like a man going after what you want. Now you're just playing, you're buying into her game, and it's just not very masculine in my opinion. It's just making you look like a weak little bitch. Sorry, but it's like stupid, you know. Us guys, we do it to ourselves. Like, you know, you're not being charming. You're just buying into the bullshit, and you're just wasting your time, and you're not getting anywhere. So, um, yeah, like, what are you gonna do? Send some cheesy ass pickup line? She might laugh about it and might reply to you, but I mean, it probably won't go past that, you know. And if it does, cool, good for you, you know. Um, but you are a rare exception to that. So yeah, you got to match. You got to send the pickup line, and then you got to get her to reply, and it has to go well enough to where, you know, you get her number, her Snap, or Instagram, and then um, comfortable enough to where she actually wants to go out on a date with you. And that's just so many steps, guys. It's so much unnecessary work. Think about all the time you're wasting just swiping on girls, right? And just, oh, let me send the best pickup line, or oh, this is gonna get her this time, you know. And it's just such a waste of time in my opinion. So I would personally just like delete the apps if I were you. Seriously, I deleted my app. It was such a waste of time, and you can't really show people who you really are, anyways, right? Through an app. It's weird, man. It's really actually weird, man. If like 50 years ago, people probably would have been like they had a time machine and they were like, okay, like how are we gonna meet people, whatever. This shit ain't normal at all. Like we're social creatures as human beings, you know. And I think the idea is like great, right? Like, oh, you can meet people online, but the sad truth is that like, you know, that's not actually how Tinder is. I don't think it was designed to be this way, but it is what it is now, right? And it's just it's garbage. It's a waste of time. Um, you know, you're not going to waste time going out and doing what you love to do, you know, exploring some hobbies and then potentially meeting someone there because then you guys have something in common. So you already have that to bond about, to connect about. And then from there, it's just like, you know, you can actually make her feel good in person, make her feel comfortable, make her feel heard. Y'all can relate on some things and then you can grab her number, right? And then at that point, she's not as hesitant to go meet you because you're not a stranger at that point. You've already made a good first impression. You guys have already exchanged names, exchanged numbers, and she's gonna remember that she laughed and had a good time around you, and she's gonna want to go on a date with you and get to know you more. You know, if you played your cards right, and if she actually likes you, and you're not gonna have to waste your time because you'll know if she likes you. You know, like if she gives you her number and she smiles a lot when she's by you, like chances are she probably likes you. You know, and it's up to you to not screw that up at that point. But yeah, on apps, like you just that's just think about all the hoops you have to jump through and just cross your fingers and hope that like you can get to that point, right? So so yeah, you know, is it all bad? No, but I would lean way more towards it's bad than it's good. Just for the simple fact, you know, you could be out there um, just building your social skills and actually like having the potential to meet somebody in person, you know, like how we're supposed to do it. And honestly, guys, like women do like that attention on Tinder, and you know, you don't want to fall into that trap. But I think there's a part of them deep down to where they also want something like real, like organic, you know. It's so easy for a guy to just hit them up on an app, you know. But it's going to mean much more if a guy displays the confidence in person to go up to them and talk to them and get to know them, right? And put themselves out there to risk rejection, right? And to risk looking like a fool in front of everybody. Like that shows a lot of confidence. And I think deep down, every woman kind of wants that. And you know, the good news about the age and generation that we're in is you're gonna really set yourself apart and stand out that way. You know, you're not gonna stand out on an app. You're gonna stand out by just approaching a woman because most guys don't even have the nuts to do that anymore. Um, with social media and the apps and all that, they just don't know how to talk to women anymore. They're so scared of getting rejected. A lot of it isn't all the men's fault either. You know, with society and the Me Too movement and the girl power and the feminism, all that bullshit. Um, a lot of guys are just like so scared to like come up to women now because they don't want to like offend them, right? Or like harass them, you know. And they could be nice dudes. They just don't want to even chance that, especially if it's like at the workplace. You gotta be really careful with that shit. You know, you don't want to lose your job, especially if you go to the gym and she's wearing like tight clothes and doing squats or something, and then like you know you come up to her like, fellas, that's why you got to hit her up on that arm day. You gotta come up to her and be like, hey, you got some nice biceps. What's your favorite bicep movement? But but no, man. Yeah, I just figured I'd come on here and film this video. Didn't really want to, but you know, I want to be consistent with this. And but yeah, guys. Me personally, I would ditch the apps. Waste of time. You're not getting anywhere with it. So I would just work on talking to people in person. I think you're going to have a much higher success rate doing that. And you're going to come off a lot more charming and confident, and you're just going to have way more success. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. My Instagram is at Barfell Brandon. Um, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Trying to grow the channel here. You know, I'm at 66 subscribers. So goal right now is like, let's get to 100, and then we'll just start building from there. Just setting small goals, you know. And any other topics y'all want me to cover, let me know. I want to start filming some lifting content again coming up, and yeah, so we'll see with that. But I'm excited for the future. You know, it's gonna be a good year. We have a lot of things planned. Thinking about getting back on the platform and competing for powerlifting again. So stay tuned for that. Probably film another prep series. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.